50 quotes off Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. It always seems impossible until it's done. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. There can be no greater gift than that of giving one's time and energy to help others without expecting anything in return. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. Real leaders must be ready to sacrifice, all for the freedom of their people. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Freedom would be meaningless without security in the home and in the streets. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. Difficulties break some men but make others. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. In my country, we go to prison first and then become president. I dream of the realization of the unity of Africa, whereby its leaders combine in their efforts to solve the problems of this continent. A good leader can engage in a debate frankly and thoroughly, knowing that at the end, he and the other side must be closer, and thus emerge stronger. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. I am not free while any woman is unfree, even when her shackles are very different from my own. Your playing small does not serve the world. I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. In the end, reconciliation is a spiritual process, which requires more than just a legal framework. It has to happen in the hearts and minds of people. Let there be work, bread, water, and salt for all. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Our march to freedom is irreversible. We must not allow fear to stand in our way. We must use time wisely, and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. Do not look the other way. Do not hesitate. Recognize that the world is hungry for action, not words. Act with courage and vision. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy, then he becomes your partner. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Lead from the back, and let others believe they are in front. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. I am the captain of my soul. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. I was made, by the law, a criminal, not because of what I had done, but because of what I stood for, because of what I thought, because of my conscience. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. Where you stand depends on where you sit. One of the things I learned when I was negotiating was that until I changed myself, I could not change others. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. Resentment is like drinking poison, and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Thank you for watching this video.